Kingdom Acres, and you are watching my segment on Craft Round the Clock. I have a super duper fun activity craft plan today. However, in real world situations, my printer has decided to commit mutiny, okay? Full on mutiny. So I am going to come over here on my thing because, okay, so let me explain to you what I'm doing before I just start frantically trying to do stuff on my iPad. This little lady right here, okay, she doesn't have any bottoms on, okay? We are a modest household. Hello, Miss Tracy. She's got to have some bottoms. So we are going to make her a skirt, hopefully a beautiful skirt, out of printed hymnal pages, okay? So I was able to print some this morning, and since then the printer has just been like, I don't know, MIA, not wanting to do what I want it to do, and I keep shaking my camera, sorry guys. Not wanting to do the things that it has been employed to do. So, insubordination is what I'm dealing with right now. But I have some, and we can probably make pretty good progress on it. But I would like to do, so I'm just going to type in hymnal PDF, okay, and then open hymnal is the first one. That's what these were off of. Now, let me see. Just want to make sure it's not affecting my Wi-Fi, like pulling back and forth. Hello, Miss Bell. How are y'all? Thank you guys for coming on in and sharing my crazy times over here in Craftland. Okay, let me see. Oh, this one's different than my phone. It's at the top instead of the bottom. Okay, copy. Okay, I'm going to come to print, right? Because it's just a PDF. It pops up as a PDF. You should be able to select your pages. I don't want to print like the table of contents. I would normally go through and just like select the ones that have like good full-size stuff, because if not, you could end up with things that like are just kind of like a waste of printing. But at this point, I just need some pages printed. It really does not matter. Okay, no printer selected. Okay, there we go. Selecting printer, not double-sided. Okay, we only need the one side printed. Hello, Miss Cindy. Hello, Miss Connie. So, I'm going to try it. Hopefully, it likes my iPad better than it liked my phone. I'm just going to set that off to the side right there. Hello, Miss Kelly. Oh, hi, my Enzies. So, anyways, hopefully the printer will do the things that it is supposed to do. Hopefully. So, I went ahead and got started, okay, on some of the pages. So we'll have some to work with. I also have another idea that I will share with you. I have a fly. There's a fly. And we will hopefully figure out something with that. A while back, a friend gave me like a whole box full of patterns, right? And she's like, I'm not going to use them, maybe you can use them for something. And so this might be just the ticket. This fly really likes me. Okay. So, but for these pages that I actually got printed, I'm going to just spray them. I have some coffee grunge just in a spray bottle, and I'm spraying them in my little pan. And I'm just going back and forth. Hello, Miss Beverly. It's Lily on Emma's phone. Oh, hello, my Lily Kinseys. My boogums. My boogums. Miss Beverly, how are you? Okay. So I'm just going back and forth here all over, and then I'm going to flip this over. Now, if you are either Emma or Lily, you are very versed in this process because we made 13 10 foot long table runners for my pastor's birthday last year, and that was so much fun. They were on the team to make this. It only printed 2.
Yeah.
I'll take it. It printed me 2 sheets out of the 30 that I requested. The 30. So, all right. So I just tore off the 3 sides. I'm leaving the top because the tops are going to be glued and you're not really going to see it. And when it comes to the tops, I tend to kind of... So, oh, thank you, Miss Denise. Oh, that's good, Beverly. I'm glad you're doing well. So I'm just going to town on this. Now, with the patterns, if we use the patterns, which we likely will since my printer is being funny, which I'm not too upset about that because I do like different textures and things like that, different things that are going to catch the eye. But I'm not sure like how we're going to, I'm not sure how we're going to tear them yet. I'm a person, hello Miss Janet, I'm a person who, I'm a hoarder, okay? Let's just call a spade a spade. I hoard things because I'm like, oh, well, I could use that one day, right? So, like, apocalypse time, I could just make all our own clothes, right? From, like, I don't even know, like, old sheets or something, probably. But, you know, this is the craziness of me and my need to save everything. Oh, well, I could use that for something. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I don't want to, like, I feel kind of like I'm hurting it or something, even though I am actually using it for something. This is using it. I don't know. That's just me and my ways, my brain, the way my brain likes to think. So I just spread these out to dry. And I love to set them kind of like on stuff, like, so they'll dry with some movement. I don't mind them drying straight too, but I really love it when they dry with some movement. So even if you don't have something to set it on, you can like kind of scrunch them a little bit and let them dry like that. And that will help them have that bit of movement, okay? Got my hot glue gun. Do we have any hot glue by chance? Of course not. Lily, I need you to bring me the hot glue. Come home. Just kidding. So, anyways, I hope everyone is having a fantastic Monday. Monday, is my day that I have designated as my stay home day, right? So here's how that is working out. So far of all the Mondays that I have scheduled to stay home, I've only done it one time. This morning, I woke up at 5. There was a funeral today, and I had volunteered to take desserts up to the church. So I got up and made desserts. And then my daughter had informed me yesterday or the day before that we needed horse feed, and I was going to, I'm spraying it with coffee grunge. So we had to go to the feed store, which is like It's like on the other side of the next town. Very sweet people, but it wasn't a drive I wanted to make today. However, I could not fit the horse feed in my vehicle because I had cleaned out this craft room and I got rid of all of the baby gear because I don't have any babies, and babies haven't been visiting me recently, and I'm just like, why am I storing this stuff? It's just getting funky. The babies usually come with their own. Yes, it's Miss Tracy's Grunch. Yes, exactly that recipe. This one is her regular recipe. This one that I have in this jar, I added some pumpkin spice extract for a little bit of fall. Anyway, so I tried to take all these baby items. I had a stroller, a car seat, a rocking chair, a little high chair thing. Oh gosh, I'm looking and I see another baby thing. Anyways, tried to take it to the Goodwill on Saturday. Goodwill no longer accepts baby items, which is perfectly understandable, right? Like, they said it's a liability. I get that. Baby items get recalled all the time. There's always discontinuations and stuff like that. So it would be really hard for them to keep up with that. They're like, take it to the Pregnancy Help Center. The Pregnancy Help Center is like 2 towns away, which it's all Brazoria County, but it was still not on my list to do when I scheduled my stay home day. This is my stay home day. I didn't do it.
It's still printing, but...
Yay! More papers! Woohoo! Praise God.
It's still printing.
Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Dance in the streets. Oh, good. In fact, I'm going to get up and dance like David. Okay. So it was just, and I did, this was like really good baby stuff. Good baby items. And I did not want to just like toss it. I know some people, when they're cleaning their house out and they are purging or whatever, they're like, I will just throw it away. I can't do that, especially when I know that there are women in my community who need those things. So I made the drive over there, and it was great. I got to see a couple of friends who volunteer over there, and so that was it. I mean, it wasn't all bad, but so I was on my way to the Pregnancy Help Center. I've had a day, y'all. This is the story that never ends. I was on my way to the Pregnancy Help Center, and my youngest daughter, who you can hear, she's been coming in and out of here. She's just fine now. But she called me crying. Yesterday, on our way to evening church, she got some sawdust in her eye because she had been building her ag mechanics project, and she didn't change her shirt, and she was doing this to get the sawdust off. And it flew up in her eye. I immediately stopped at the nearest place. We rinsed her eye, but she was still in pain this morning. So I called the eye doctor. They were like, get her here ASAP. Called my oldest daughter. She brought her to me in town, met with me. We swapped sisters. She took my 14-year-old. I took the 10-year-old. And took her to the eye doctor. So he said that we must have done a really good job flushing because he could see like over 100 scratches on her eye, but he only found like one piece of the sawdust in her eye. I was like, yeah, she flushed her eye a lot. Like when we stopped, I was like, you know, putting a ton of water in there trying to get it out, whatever it was. So, but I was just really concerned when she called me like in tears. All on my stay-at-home day. All on my stay-at-home day. Have y'all ever had anything like that? Hello, Miss Judy. I tell you, if I get something in my eye, my first reaction is now, after like childhood where I've like, and then hurt my eye more, I like stop and I'll like pull my eye open or something and like shake and see if it'll just like fall out. Hello, Miss Jackie. How are you? Glenda. Hello. So far we had to stop at the church. We had a stop at the Pregnancy Help Center, a stop at the feed store. Thank you so much. Stop at the feed store, a stop at the eye doctor, and then on my way home, my husband reminded me that our registration expired last month. We are creating a skirt for our beautiful lady here. Okay, she's a little embarrassed to not have any bottoms on, so we are going to make her a skirt out of paper hymnals that I printed, and now we are coffee grunging them, and we are going to hot glue them into a skirt, hopefully. We'll see how this goes. You never know how things are gonna go, but I have an idea. It's all up here in La La Land. So we just had the one more stop to make to get our inspection. I still have not renewed the registration, but I got the inspection, and I think I can do it online. So after I get done here, I'll just get on my phone and renew the registration now that I have the inspection done. I'm almost legal. Yes, you may take, well, I don't know. I don't know if this will actually be enough. We'll see. Oh, oops, I forgot to do the back of this one. Oh, thank you so much, Miss Kefany. She's okay. Once the eye doctor got up in there with his light and stuff, and he actually lifted her eyelid backwards, and that's where he found it. He said there was only one piece hidden up in there. He was like, that must have been a really stubborn piece, because I was expecting to find like a ton of stuff up there for all the scratches she had in her eye, and but that was literally all that was left after we had flushed her eyes. So I'm very happy with my eye flushing skills. As the youngest of 6 children and the only girl, I feel like my first aid skills are that of like a 50s nurse that like, you know, that like worked in like wartime. A little white cap with the cross on it, working for Red Cross or whatever. That's how I feel. Like maybe I was one of those ladies in another life. I don't know. I could have been one of those ladies for sure. I could be one of them. But yeah, my brothers were always doing something crazy. They would like get in BB toy tool fuse wars with each other. They would, yeah. And so my cousin, so 2 of the boys were my biological brothers, and then 3 of them were my foster brothers, but they were also my cousins. My mom fostered her sister's 3 sons. And so I had 5 older brothers. So one of my cousins had a BB like under his skin on his scalp for like the longest time. It just like embedded. And I tell people this around here, and they're like, yeah. They're like, that's nothing. To me, as a little girl, watching these boys do all this nonsense, I was like, yeah. So my grandma would come and get me and just take me by myself. sometimes just for sanity, right? Praise God for grandmothers. Praise God for grandmothers because they really make a difference. They do. We are very blessed. I have an adopted family here. Like, my family all lives in like New Mexico and other states all over Nevada. My parents are originally from California, but I was born in New Mexico. And so my kids don't really see their grandparents. Like, the younger ones barely even know my mom. It's sad, but the Lord has provided them very sweet, godly grandmothers here who, you know, treat them just like biological grandchildren, right? They take them for sleepovers and shopping and grandma days and everything, and they have a ball. They have a ball. And I don't just send my kids with anybody, so they have just now started after like 7 years of knowing these people, because mama's a little crazy protective, but that's okay. Anyways, they are the sweetest grandmothers to my babies. Okay. So I've got this stack about done. I just need to tear this. And I'm not worrying about the size of these really, because when you have different sizes, it's a good thing. It's a good thing for movement and for just for the flare and everything. It's good. It's a good thing. So I'm going to use this as her belt and the waistband for her dress. So I'm just going to wrap this around her waist here. I don't care if I get her arm or anything like that. I just need to see. All right. How big am I making this? Okay. So this is how wide her waist is. And then I'm just going to, let's see, I'm just going to put a little mark on this with my Sharpie so that I know that's where I need to end. But I want to have enough tail to be able to tie it. Words. Okay, so I'm just going to cut off. This is what I'll do. I'll do double. Because I really want her to have a good long tail for a bow. Okay. And that way I know, that way it's easier to just like center it. So this is tail and that's tail right there. And this is what we're working with as far as the waist. Hello, Miss Mary. Okay, so I'm going to flip this over because my blue mark needs to be on the inside. And actually I'm going to this way because I want it to be on the bottom, not the top. The less visible, the better, because I did use a Sharpie and not like some actual sewing tool to mark it with. You know what I mean? Hello, Miss Natalie. Okay, so for the waist, I'm going to start with some medium-ish pages. Okay. That's good. I'm going to put one directly in the center. Okay, and I'm going to only do it about, I don't know, 3/4 of the way, maybe. Sorry guys. Turn on the, got all my comments, everything. Oh, thank you so much, Miss Lulu. Okay, so I'm going to just put glue, hot glue, on the top side of this. Okay, this is pretty hot. I forgot to unplug it yesterday. So I'm just gonna hold it up so it doesn't glue to my finger or the table. It immediately went for that finger. Immediately. All right. And you can always, you know, add little things over this. This is just to give us a base. Okay. Oh, that was, okay. Have this right here. And that, okay, good. I'm glad this creases so easily because I just moved it and lost my creases. So I was like, great, now I don't know how big her waist needs to be. All right. And then I'm going to make sure that I'm not just putting them side by side. I'm going to overlap them a bit side to side. Okay. So I'll put a little bit on this paper and then get that on there. I'm just trying not to glue it down to my table. And if I do, oh well. It is what it is. It is what it is. So, doing this, I've done tons of table runners, right? Just gluing them and making like beautiful table runners for like banquets and things. Last year for Winter Ball, we did a Narnia themed Winter Ball, and I did a bunch of table runners for that. I did the ones for my pastor's birthday, and then I also did a little, just like a short runner for my little backdrop that I have in the other room for like my stuff to go on, so it wasn't just like the plain wood. I did that back in February, and so that was a Romeo and Juliet that I did. See, you can pick what you're going to print based on what you're doing. I just did hymnals because she seems like maybe a pioneer woman or something, you know, somebody from the primitive days, right? So I wanted to do the hymns for her. The hymns for her. I'm hilarious. But you could do anything. You could do anything. For Christmas, you could do a Christmas Carol. For Thanksgiving, you could do Charlie Brown, The Great Pumpkin Story. You could do, gosh, you could just do like online seed catalogs and print them in black and white and then coffee grunge them. Gosh, that would be gorgeous. What else? There's just so many possibilities with these, and the papers dry relatively quickly. You can see where it's already drying just sitting there. So I mean, I will hit these with my dryer here in a minute, but they do dry pretty quickly, so you can kind of work as you go. I want a longer one. I'm just gonna give this one a dry. But there are so many different ways you can use this for whatever you're wanting to decorate for. For the holidays or for a birthday party, you could do pages of like baby pictures, print out baby pictures on paper, coffee grunge them so they'll look old. You could even go around the edges with some antique wax or a lighter and make them look, you know, kind of burnt. Gosh, there's just so many things you can do. You can make a banner with the papers like this, with the pages. That would be really cute to do a banner. These are just really simple things that you would usually see done with fabric and a sewing machine. But you know that you're going to change out your decor every year. Aw, thank you, Miss Lori. Aw, I appreciate that. You're going to change out your decor every year or every other year, and you are going to want something different. It's just human nature. So, you know, before you go crafting something that's going to take you all year and then you're kind of stuck with, or you're going to put all this effort and money into, and the kids are going to stain it, you know, the moths are going to eat it in the attic. I do this, I use it for as long as I want, and then it goes in the trash. And then when I want to make something else, I just print out more, okay? Or I can use these pages to line my chicken coop or something. It's, you know, like, it's coffee grunge. Coffee grunge. It's not going to hurt anybody. It's not going to hurt anybody. So if I wanted to put these pages in my chicken coop once I'm done, I can definitely do that. Definitely do that. Alright. So, if y'all were not with me yesterday, you're probably like, that's not the normal backdrop that she normally has. And I can hear chickens in the background. Yes, little baby chicks. That's what you're hearing are my baby chicks. I'm back here in my craft room. I decided that I needed my dining area to not constantly be covered in craft supplies because I am not a daily move in and out kind of person. I'm really bad at it. So, because we're just so busy, you know. Oh, and then tonight we have 4-H. We have a meeting for 4-H. So, yeah, see, that's what I didn't want to happen. It's okay. It's just paper, so I'll be able to wash it off easily. But, so that's the first layer of her dress. Let me stand up here. See, that's how it looks on me because I have a bigger waist than she does. But, okay, move my chair. And that's how that's going to look on her so far. Okay, right now it's just a mini skirt. We're going to flip this over because mini skirts were not acceptable. They were not socially acceptable in the 1800s. We like primitive around here. So I'm going to go ahead, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to fit more pages on each time so that I'm coming out this way, and that way the dress will have that beautiful A-line, I hope. This is all an experiment. I've never made a skirt out of paper like this, okay? Now we've done other things, cut out, you know, patterns and such out of big pieces of paper to make skirts. But what I'm going to do, I'll move this over so y'all can see this edge. And I'm going to move this out just a little bit at the angle that I want it. I'm coming out like this. I'm not lining it up perfectly. See, if it was lined up perfectly, it would be like this. But I'm going to bring it down just like that. Okay? And I don't want to, if I want this to have any integrity where it's not going to fall apart, you can't put it way down like this, because it's going to cause too much weight and it's not going to be close enough to where things are secure. So you really want to only come down a few inches from the top for each layer, okay? But on the seam, the back seam, you're gonna want it to be coming like this, so that when you bring it together, the dress will still flare out, okay? And it's not just a straight dress, okay? Let me grab a glue stick, and I keep bumping this table. I'm sorry, guys, sorry. Give me 1 second. I forgot my glue stick. All right. I'm gonna try to remember to have everything over here, but the pressure is a little less than what it was being in the other room, because it's literally 3 steps from here to where I keep my glue sticks. So I hate to do that. I don't like to jump off camera when I'm live, but I kind of need the glue. I gotta have the glue for this. So I'm just gonna make sure this is angled, okay? Fold this back a little, do this, and set that down, and then I will, and I just need to make sure that it's the side pages on either side that are like that. The ones, because we're overlapping, the ones in the front can just be straight, and that'll be just fine. We just really want to make sure that when it comes around to the back, that they butt up against each other so they'll push out. If that makes any sense. I don't know. I'm not a seamstress. I'm not a seamstress. So my theory may not be correct. We're going to find out, though. We are going to find out. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's find a dry piece. All right. And I'm just going to go straight on. I'm going to overlap. See, if I had put it just a little bit overlapped, I have a gap right here. You see that tiny little gap? Not a great big deal, but I don't really want that. So I'm just going to bring it over about 1 centimeter so that I fill the gap, and then I'm going to hot glue that down. And that's it. And I'm just going to keep going in layers. I'm going to do probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 of these layers so that she has a floor length gown. That's what I'm shooting for. I'm not going to be able to finish it in this live, but as soon as I hit done on the live, I'm going to hit record, okay, on my phone. And I'm going to edit this video, and you'll be able to watch the rest of it, the rest of the completion of this skirt on YouTube. As soon as I get the video uploaded, I will post it over on YouTube, and you'll be able to see the ending and how it all went, and me continuously burning myself. But I'll speed it up, because since I'm not talking to y'all, like when I'm not live, there's no reason for me to be sitting here talking to myself. So I'll speed it up and do just like a little voiceover. Let's see. And so again, I'm just overlapping, making sure. Okay, and do remember that if you do end up with a gap, there's a very good chance that it's not going to matter anyways, because when you put the next layer down, you're probably going to cover it with that next sheet. So that's also something to consider. You're probably going to be fine. Let me get down. Oh, this is still wet and wet. Okay, not as wet. Okay, I'm going to have to grunge more. But I really want to show you guys I want to show you guys how this is going to look with at least a couple of layers. At least a couple layers. How is everyone doing? Y'all are so quiet today. I'm sure y'all are just like listening to me in the background. That's what I've been doing all day. I've been trying to like be on, but I've been like, just like so busy on my stay-at-home Monday that I turn it on and then I just listen from the background. And then all of a sudden I'm like hearing the replay. I'm like, oh, I gotta go back to Craft Around the Clock and refresh and jump onto the next video. I missed a couple ladies though. I did. I've missed a few today. So be sure to go back in and catch any replays that you've missed today because these ladies are doing some awesome stuff. Awesome. They're doing so good. Also, if you are not getting notifications for Craft Around the Clock, okay, or it's not coming up in your feed, in your regular daily feed, right? Like when you're scrolling, if it's not popping up, it's because you're not interacting on the Craft Around the Clock page. So I would love, hello Miss Glenda, I would love after I'm done here in about 5 minutes, go back to the Craft Around the Clock page and make sure that you are liking, hearting, laughing, hugging, whatever, you know, reaction to these crafters on the page as well, or in the group, the Craft Around the Clock group, and do it on the page because then you will see your favorite crafters when they go live and you'll be getting all of the notifications and Facebook will be like, oh wow, they really love this group. I'm going to show them all the things in their feed from this group because they interact in the group, okay? They don't do it if you're just like using it as a means to slip into somebody's page, okay? So you really want to be interacting in the group as well. Just a little tip for you if you're like, man, I'm in this group and I'm having to go and search for it every time and then I forget and then a few days later I'm like, oh, I've been missing my people. That's why. You just really want to heart and even say good morning or whatever in the comments on the group post before you jump into the live video. So I know that makes things a little quiet on this end for us for the first few minutes, but that's okay. We come into our slots a couple minutes early so that we can get shared into the group. So we're already kind of sitting here. Hello, Miss Stacy. And hello, Miss Stacy. I'm good. So we're already, you know, anticipating y'all coming in, but you will have a much better time if you are interacting in the group and not just on the page. And that goes for any group that you are interested in. You really want to be interacting in the group and not just like clicking and then going in. All right. I'm gonna let that cool for just a second because man, when I hit that with my finger on this side of the page, it's hot. It is hot. Okay, so now I'm getting to this end, and remember, I want to tilt it out a bit. All right, so I'm just going to grab this one right here. It's okay that it's a little shorter than the others. We're not going to worry about that, and I'm just going to tilt this just like this, okay? And you can stagger these. You could even tear them in half and make different sections, different size sections, and that is going to create even more dimension for your piece here. Okay, now when I get it on, get all the papers on here and everything, get the skirt on the lady, I won't be done, okay, because I really want it to be think like Christmas tree. I kind of want to decorate it some, so that won't be on this video, but you will probably be seeing things happen. Okay, if you were here yesterday, all this stuff on this side was not here. I just could not deal with this blank wall, and I'm really struggling with the wall showing through these slats. But I went into what we call the spider room in my garage, and I remembered we had all of these fence panels in there, and I was like, that's coming with me. I love to bring stuff that belongs outdoors into the house. Drives my husband batty, but he knew who I was when he married me. All right, so this is where we are with her. Let me bring her a little bit forward. Okay. This is where we are right now. Pull her arm out and her other arm. All right. So that's where we're at. It's not yet flaring out, right? I'm really going to have to put some more layers and everything, but by the end of it, this is going to be like a ball gown bottom. I don't know where they usually, maybe right there. I don't know. Anyways, so that's how that's going right now. And, oh, that was kind of down. All right, so not too bad, not too bad. Okay, we can see we've got a little gap here that will be covered, right? I'm going to have another layer under there, so that will be covered. All right, well, 45 minutes, we got 2 layers done. I think that's okay. And I'm just gonna keep on working on this. The next time you see me, she should be pretty decent looking in the background. So anyways, thank you all for being here with me today. It is 4:30, so I've got to hop off. Be sure to go back into Craft Around the Clock, hit a heart, hit a like, hit a laughy face, say hello in the comment, and then click on that video to jump into the live. All right, I will see you all soon. Thank you for making a homemade home with me today. Bye, y'all.